Many thanks for rejoining us again. And the program is Good Morning Abuja, showing only on the Unity Station NTA Channel 5. And now we have another guest. And this time around, we want to talk about a very interesting topic, talking about the need for summer lessons. There's this argument that after school, children need to rest. But our days, our time, we preoccupy them with a lot of lessons. This morning, we want to look into it, the positive and the negative side of it on the children. And this morning, we have a seasoned educationist with us who will talk to us more on that. Help us welcome engineer Adinchinobi Chichi Phillips Orioha. Welcome to the
Thank
program.
you so much.
All
Good
right,
morning. Good
okay.
morning.
The necessity of summer lessons.
hmm
And as an educationist, we know you have much information in this area for us.
hmm
During school time, we learn. During holidays, we learn. Take it up from there.
Okay. Very, very interesting topic. Thank you for bringing that up. It is a topic that I really, really wish that parents, especially, will discuss more, so that we see the need to balance school life and rest life,
Yes.
especially when it comes to the children. You know, unfortunately, children these days don't have much of a childhood. You know, when we were growing up, we had a fantastic childhood.
Childhood.
You know, yes, it's good to have all the digital equipment and all that. But when we're growing up, you know, after school, you play. When you come home, if you're not dirty, you haven't gone to
I
school.
understand.
You know, but now
Yes.
children go to school and come back looking prim and proper. So I just feel sorry for them, you know, because holidays should really be rest time, in my opinion. You know, today we'll talk about the pros and we'll talk about the cons, you know, but just like the body needs sleep, the brain also needs rest, you know. So I would let me talk about let me just come from a general perception
Yes.
about summer school. So for me in my school, we're not even running summer school. For the past 2 years, we haven't run summer school because we've seen that there is a need for the children to
To
rest.
rest.
There is a need for the children. Children come to school from 7:30. Some parents drop off children as early as excuse me, 6:30 in the morning because they have to go to work, you know, and they're in school till 2:30, 3:30 for the secondary section.
Some 6 p.m.
Some exactly. Then there's after curricular activities as well, you know, after school. So when do they really get to rest? You know, you work the brain and work the brain and work the brain and work. When they go home, they also have homework. There is homework waiting for some. So when do they get to sleep? When do they get to wake up the next morning, 6 a.m., and the cycle continues? So I'm for rest or striking a balance. So we can run summer school. Some schools can run summer school, but not academia based, unless there are children that need remedial classes, children that need catching up, you know, children that need work in certain areas to catch up. Maybe they're not doing so well. For instance, our summer school is more popular with the children that have taken entry exams into the school and didn't do so well. So we use that period to brush them up. We also still try to strike the balance, keep it short, you know, maybe from 9 till 1, or, you know, keep it short so that they can also go home and have half of the day to do other things, to build their soft skills, you know, to read, you know, vocational skills. There are other things that children need to learn other than academics.
Okay,
They,
I agree with you. Growing up in our days, we do really had a rest time. But going with the trend of the time, mothers are working, fathers are working, they need where to drop these kids. It has to be school. They feel safe with school environment. I also take you from this summer time in your own perspective and view. You say children need to rest. But again, we can involve them in, let's say, a vocational training.
Definitely, yes, yes.
Okay.
So what we do with the summer school, first of all, we're running summer school virtually. And the reason we're doing that is so that the children can be still in the comfort of their homes. Some can just wake up, not have a bath, run their do whatever it is, their projects or whatever they need to do online in their pajamas. They are resting still. They're not having to wake up so early, get ready so early, start rushing off to school. Parents are rushing off to work. It's also rest time for the parents because they're not having to start preparing the children for
Yes.
school and all that. And another thing we do with our summer school is we're making it fun. So it's fun learning. So they have science projects, for instance, to do. We're incorporating research, things that will build their vocabulary skills, things that will build their creative thinking skills, things that will build their problem solving skills, things that would also build their current affairs, since we're talking about, we're in the news house. So they also need to learn. It's so shocking how little our children know about the news in the country. They're busy with, watching TV and watching cartoons and watching other things. They're not even in tune with what is happening. One of the things we did, as soon as school closed, this protest happened. So we used it as research, like a point of research. We asked the children, to write virtually and submit it on our portal. What is the protest all about? So it had them doing some research. It had them asking questions.
And by that, the parents or the caregivers will be involved.
Exactly, exactly. So bringing us to bonding time. Very, very important during the holidays because, like I said, school time, in the morning, you ship them off to school. In the evening, they're back, they're doing homework, they're gone to bed. But during the holiday, you have time to bond with them. You have time to discuss with them. You have time to get to know them. A lot of parents don't know their children. They don't know what their children are doing. We claim we don't have time for our children. You can imagine how busy I am. But once it's my first son is done from school, I'm going home. Because we're saying we're working. Who are we working for? Is it not the children?
Okay, this is leading me to this question now. Take us through, with your wealth of experience, take us through the effect that non-rest for these children had on them.
It's devastating. It's devastating. So we have children not performing well academically, and you trace it. So this child is intelligent. There's no child that is dull. In my eyes, there's no child is dull. You just have to find what area the child is strong in. Some children are more creative, some children are more academic. You just need to find where that child has strength and draw that strength out, So when the children don't rest and you keep tasking them and tasking them and tasking them, it definitely has effect on their academics. It definitely does. You can tell a child that doesn't rest. You can tell. The child is not performing well. The child is sleeping in class. The child is dozing off, the child is dull, the child is not, and you cannot, even as an adult, you cannot function like that. So rest is really, really important. Apart from the holiday, even trying to get these children to go to bed on time, during school time. Children will be up till 10, 11. What are you doing till that time?
And that is taking me to the next question, which is technology, smartphones. We get our children occupied with internet, smartphones, just to get on your own, be busy with what yourself, and you're claiming your bonding. What is the effect? Especially from
very devastating. The effect is terrible. I mean, I don't know whether it's a curse or a blessing for us, to be honest with you. Digital technology, it's terrible. I mean, what we try to encourage our parents to do is cut down on screen time. There are apps at the moment. For instance, I have them. You can't get away with this.
But there are some learning apps you can actually install for
absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Even apart from that, there are some apps at the moment that can shut down the device.
Okay.
Like maybe you give your child 3 hours in a day.
Did you hear that?
Yes, there are apps. Yes, it will shut down the device. No matter what the child does, that device will not come on. There are apps out there, that do that, because screen time is very important. We get a lot of children having headaches, as little as they are, they're having headaches. It's screen time. When you place your eyes on that screen for so long, it will start to affect you. Their eyesights are going bad and all that. So apart from all that, we do encourage parents to channel it towards the right way. For instance, what I do, reading culture is going downhill at the moment.
Yes,
We all know
yes,
that.
yes.
Our children don't read the way we used to read when we were growing up, including my children, I must confess, So what I did, I found out about the Kindle. I don't know if you know about the Kindle. So the Kindle has over 1,000, it's a digital device that has over 1,000 books in there. And because they like the digital device, you
You channel their attention
exactly
there.
you deceive them into reading.
You channel, you are not deceiving them. You channel their attention
Towards
quickly.
reading. And
Yes.
it works for me. My 8-year-old can read for Africa now,
Wow.
as long as it's the Kindle. As soon as you bring the paperback, forget it. No reading happens. I don't know why.
Wow.
So we
Okay.
just have to just find a way to balance all these things. Technology is good, but using it in the right way.
Okay, you are coming from the point of a balanced opinion, a general opinion,
Mhm.
but there are some people that will tell you that if children go to rest too much, they tend to forget a lot of school activities, school, anything, home fun that brings their mind to books.
Mm.
So, what do you have to say
I don't
quickly
agree.
before we go?
I,
You don't?
I, I beg to differ. Yeah, I beg to differ because it's like learning to ride a bicycle.
Okay,
You learn for life,
all right.
If they are taught the right way, even math is logic. If they are taught the right way, if you don't teach the children to cram formulas and give it back to you the way we were taught,
Yes, yes, I understand. You
if you
have to.
teach them to understand the concept, why are we doing this? Why are you breaking it down like this? Why are you, if you teach the children to understand what they're learning, you can't forget it easily.
Okay, I've been giving sign already. Quickly before we go, your final words to parents, caregiver, and even the children.
Let's try to balance everything we do in life, overbearing these children's minds with too much academia is also not good. They say too much of everything
It's
is not
bad.
good. Yes, it's
Yes.
bad. So too much of academics is bad, too much of play is bad. By the special grace of God, let's look for a way to balance. And parents should do a lot of research.
Yes.
Google is out there, the internet is out there to educate you. If you don't really know what to do or you need some sort of guide, you can always go on the internet and do some research about these topics to help you.
All right. Thank you so much
My
for your time
pleasure.
with us this morning.
My
I've
pleasure.
learned a lot from your wealth of
Thank you
experience,
for
and we
having
do
me.
really appreciate
Thank
it.
you for having me.
All right. The necessity of summer lesson. Yes, we talked from a broader perspective. Yes, let's get these children involved in a proper way. Let's take advantage of technology and ensure the rest time is very important.
Mhm.
We've been talking with engineer Adinchinobi Chichi Phillips Orioha, educationist. Let's go on this quick break. When we come back, we'll have more for you. Stay with us.